what's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about this debate that went on over on Candace Owens' page with her and a transgender woman. Now, because of what Candace Owens said, she was accused of being transphobic, and I'm just going to read through the post and you guys let me know what you think about it. Now, over on my page, you guys know that I've had several discussions with transgender women and other natural-born women like myself, going back and forth, giving dialogue on how we feel about our stances, okay? I've told you guys that, I have no problem with a person being transgender. However, I do not agree when a transgender tries to say that they are equal to a woman as far as being the same exact thing. Now, that is where the conversation always differ. I feel like you definitely have to acknowledge that there was a transition there. I do not agree when people try to erase that a transition ever happened and then try to say like we are the same thing. I've definitely done videos before where I've let you guys know that there is a difference between us, and that's okay. So it's interesting to see what Candace Owens had to say in regards to a transgender woman, basically calling her delusional. Let's get into it. So in this post, Candace Owens says, "It's difficult to process this derangement. I have been very open and clear about the fact that I am choosing not to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Liberals just keep pretending that I have. Their inherent cowardice prevents them from comprehending how people live without fear." So a trans woman responded and said, "You are the one who is deranged and urging your millions of followers that the only true means of preventing a deadly virus that has taken hundreds of thousands of lives is not effective. Live without fear by all means, but to spread delusional lies is morally repugnant." Okay, so that is what the transgender woman said to Candace Owens, basically saying that, she was spreading delusional lies, etc., etc. So Candace Owens responded and said, "Just want to make sure that you are a trans woman telling me that I am a delusional person because I choose not to get a vaccine. You believe that between you and I am living in a delusion. Is that correct? Question mark. So the woman said, "Yes, Queen, I believe you are delusional. While my decision as a trans woman to get breast implants and turn my penis into a vagina impacts literally no one but me. Your choice to deny science and spread anti-vax misinformation that spread delusion impacts many." So Candace Owens replies and says, "Serious question. Do you believe that you are now a woman? Do you believe that being a woman is strictly cosmetic and is a creation of plastic surgeons? I would very much welcome this conversation with you publicly, by the way." Okay, and the trans woman replies and says, "Yes, I do. And the only opinion that counts on this, in my eyes, is my own. No, I don't think being a woman is strictly cosmetic surgery and hormones aren't required for someone to be a woman. I believe gender and sex are separate. But why go down this road? We'll never agree." So Candace says, "So you believe that it takes a plastic surgeon plus a strong personal opinion to transform anyone into a woman? Question mark. I'm asking genuinely, by the way. You believe there are now no differences between you and me regarding gender/sex? You honestly, in the bottom of your heart, believe that? Question mark. Okay, and she replies and says, "Ultimately, yes, I believe I'm a woman, but that trans and cis experiences are different in many ways. I think sex and gender are separate aspects, one's being, but there is more nuance and complexity to this issue than can be tweeted. I would be open to discuss publicly." So Candace replied and says, "I say this to you with an open heart. It is a deep insult that you believe that being a woman is an identity. You take so much away from the true biological meaning. Miscarriages, birth, teenage angst surrounding menstruation, being a female is much more than plastic surgery. I want you to be happy, Serena Jasmine. I never want any harm to come to any trans person ever, but I cannot allow your desires to strip away from my existence. I can accept that you are trans, but I need you to accept that I am a woman and that we are different. So, from Candace Owens saying that people were saying that she was transphobic. Now, again, I don't think that she's being transphobic in making it clear that although you are now occupying a woman's space and you feel as though you are a woman inside, by all means, nobody can tell you how to feel. Nobody can tell you what you're going through inside. And that does not make you less of a human. That does not make you less loved. And it does not mean that people should harm you or treat you foul in any way. I do not agree with people, harming transgender women. I do not agree with the mistreatment of transgender women. But I also wholeheartedly do not agree with the fact that we are the same. I feel like we are different, and I feel like that to deny that a transition happened is kind of ishing on biological women. I do believe that. I do believe that, we have our differences, and that's okay. I feel like, transgender women can have transgender women's spaces, and I feel like biological women should be able to have biological women's spaces. Now, should there be some spaces where we coexist together? Absolutely. But I do not think that that means that, women's spaces, just because we should be able to coexist, should be taken over. I do not agree with, the sports thing. There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with, but I do feel like there should be solidarity. I do feel like they should be treated equally and fairly. I do feel like they should not be abused or tormented because of how they feel inside, or how they feel or choose to live their lives. But I do also wholeheartedly agree that we are not the same. And I will never agree with that. And that's the only differences that I have and that I have had when I've had these discussions on my channel. Y'all remember the conversation that I had with the transgender woman when they were saying, I have a vagina, I have a vagina, I have a vagina. And then, there were people who were saying it's an inverted penis and then going back and forth, back and forth. And my stance on that, my stance is the same. You cannot ignore that a transition happened.
I understand that, and I do not ignore that. I'm proud of my transition.
Yes, you do. You keep discrediting
I am proud of my transition. I'm proud of my transition.
Not if you're lying and tricking men. Not if you're lying and tricking men. You're not proud.
I do not trick men. I don't trick men.
You
I have
are
a pussy.
tricking men.
I don't have
if
to.
you
I do
are
not
having
trick
sex
men.
with men
I have
and you are not telling them,
I
you're
do not
tricking
have
them.
to tell them.
That's
I
how
don't have to tell
transgenders
them.
get
That's
killed.
not called tricking. I don't have a dick in between my legs. I don't have a dick.
So you don't tell men that you were born male.
I have a vagina. Why the fuck should I? I don't got to tell nobody nothing. I don't have to. No.
You don't have a vagina.
You
have
honest
an
because that's
inverted
not
penis.
consent.
It ain't nobody's business.
You can show love, you can show solidarity, we can respect one another, but I do think that it's important to understand that there is a difference. And I don't think Candace was wrong. I don't know. But, in this day and time, like, if you don't agree with something, especially something that involves like the LGBT community, if you don't agree with something, you're automatically labeled a phobic. You're a transphobic, you're a homophobic, you're a lesbian phobic, like you're some type of phobia. And I think that a lot of times people throw these phobic words at you just so that they can silence you. They want to silence you or bully you and strong arm you into agreeing with them. And if you don't agree with them, the best way that they know how to silence you is to say that you're some type of phobic. What I find ironic too when we have these conversations about like, transgender women, natural born women, or like the LGBT community giving, or straight people giving their opinions on the LGBT community, what I always find ironic is, when we give our opinions, it's a phobia. But whenever the LGBT gives their opinions on us, it's never anything. Like, I always see from the trans community direct attacks towards natural born women. They say the most vile and like most jacked up things. And it's like, okay, if you're transitioning and you feel like you're a woman, but then you feel this way about natural born women, I'd be like, huh? You know, but people never say nothing about that. And then I also see, like, you know, there will be, not all, because I have a large audience that is from, you know, the gay community. So I'm not labeling all, but I will see there are the ones who say the most jacked up stuff about women. They say, like, oh, they give us our personality. Oh, they do our hair. And without us, like, we would be left in the dark. And it's like, we kind of started this, like, you know, they'll say the most jacked up, hateful, mean, vengeful things to straight people, directly attacking mostly women, but it goes with no, like, nobody says nothing. It's like all good. But as soon as you say something about their community, like, they'll give commentary on straight relationships, they'll drag and read for the gods or read for filth. They'll read you for filth. They'll talk about you down. You know, they'll talk about straight people up and down. Read them, talk about them so bad. But then the moment that you say something about them, it's, oh, you're all these phobias. And I just don't be liking that type of thing. I don't like the hypocrisy in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm going to have solidarity with you, if I'm going to give you a common respect, I want that common respect back. And that's another thing that I don't see. But this conversation kind of sparked me to say that, and this is where we are, and this is how we're here, and this is what it is, and this is the end. Okay, that's all I had to say on this, and that's on that, and that, and that. A lot of people have been reaching out to me to do another transgender, gay, lesbian, natural born woman debate panel. And I've gotten a lot more recently too. Like, a lot of people have been hitting me up recently. So I don't know if I'll do like another panel. But you know, when people, I be seeing all the time too, like, people like, oh, you're homophobic, you're transphobic. Like, that don't even bother me no more. Like, I have so many people that I talk to who are in the community that, like, when certain people that, you know, just can't take that you don't agree with everything and they call you these phobias, it don't even affect me. Like, I just be like, okay, and, you know, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys want another panel on, you know, this topic where I give my insight, other natural born women give their insight, then transgender women also give their experiences and their insight? Because after all, we do live totally different experiences. You know, it's not the same experience. And that's why I don't like when people try to say that we are living like in the same walk, because our walks are totally different. So if you guys think that we should have like another panel, let me know. Or if we should just leave it alone and go to the next topic, let me know. Y'all know I don't have a problem with doing that too. But with that being said, that's it for this video. Make sure to go to my website, www.niqueatnite.com. You can get 15% off of your total purchase with the code NIGHTOWL. I have a bunch of new stuff that I have been adding for y'all. So go to www.niqueatnite.com, and I'll see you guys on the next one. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below.